Should be unboxing for a used motherboard. Well, actually, I say used. A motherboard that was pulled from an OEM gaming computer, we'll say. And so this is part one of two. There should be two motherboards in here. So we're going to go over the features, do a BIOS update, get this thing ready for 13th gen, maybe do an installation with it, and then after that, folks, I will most likely part ways with it. So yeah, like I said, there's two motherboards in here. I'm just going to pull this one out. I don't think there was a whole lot included. Oh, that's scary. Oh, he put tape over it. Okay. He or she, I should say. So let's get this out of the way. Now I have to ask myself, why did I buy this? Well, one of these was super cheap. One of these is just like a ASUS Tough Gaming motherboard, and yeah, this is the one that reminds me of the ASUS Tough Gaming. Though it is a different motherboard. So we will take this, update the BIOS, install a CPU on it, and see how it all goes. But this is one of the motherboards, like I said, very similar to ASUS TUF Gaming. This is a good setup for a 13th gen CPU, even the unlocked ones or the locked ones in the future. But this, I believe can handle those CPUs. So let's go ahead and check out the CPU pins, the socket pins here. Make sure that they are okay before I continue on with this video. And they look pretty solid. That would have been nice if they put a cover over this, but oh well, what are you going to do? Better than nothing, right? Alright, so there is the actual ASUS part number. And I think under here it might have more to it, but G15CF main board. So this is like an OEM board that you would pull from a gaming computer, maybe a ASUS ROG STRIX. Alright, so we have the HD audio here, CMOS battery. You've got PCIe 4.0. And then another, this should be 4.0 as well, if I remember correctly. These are the PCIe 4.0 by 16, right? And then you've got the shorter one. Should be a PCIe 3.0 by 1.0. Then we have M.2 underneath this heatsink. And one other thing that should be nice about this motherboard, it should come with its own license of Windows on it, right? So that was kind of the one thing I was looking at that might be a bargain, if it does indeed have Windows on it. That could be pretty good, especially if I go in and figure out which version of Windows this would ship with, and then we'll update it to Windows 11. So these should both be Gen 4. And we have case fan headers here. So you can see some stuff that doesn't exist on this motherboard that makes it different from some of the different variations. USB 2.0s here, fan header here, two of the SATAs, the vertical mounted ones, and then two horizontals. Here are your fan headers here, and a little scratching there I'm just noticing. So for a motherboard that was supposed to be a new pull, this got scuffed up. USB 3.2 header. There is no Type-C Charlie on here. 24-pin power connector coming from your power supply. So basically it looks like that guy. Another fan header here. DDR4 RAM here. Okay. And of course, if this is your, you only have a pair of RAM, you want to put them in A2, B2, which are the light gray ones. Slide this around. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly an ASUS TUF Gaming B660M. More fan headers, but this one is the should be the CPU fan header and an optional right here. I don't know if I called that one out. 1x8 and a 1x4 CPU power connector. Basically a 2x4 and another 1x4, right? So this is what the CPU power connector looks like. You'll need basically 2 strands of this, and then you won't use one of the 2 for that second one. So yeah, I am looking forward, folks, to oh wow, that really must have been new at some point. I'm really looking forward to installing a drive on here and seeing if we do have a licensed copy of Windows. I mean, that's like a bargain, especially if I put a drive on this. We'll be able to sell this, I think, for more when I resell it. So, alright, I/O shield is built in, it looks like. So that might be one difference from this and the ASUS TUF Gaming. You've got DisplayPort, HDMI, USB 2.0s, USB 3.2 Gen 2s. There's a Gen 1, Type-C Charlie. 2 more USB 3.2 Gen 2s, 2.5 gig LAN. Built-in Wi-Fi. Awesome audio connectors here, okay? So you've got line in, line out, mic in, rear, and then subwoofer, and then for your not coaxial. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's audio out basically. And so you can plug that into a stereo and have real good sound out of this motherboard if you have it hooked up to a stereo for gaming. There you go, folks. So this is this motherboard. Thanks for checking it out. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.